I remember the night I blew up my first trading account. Staring at the screen, red candles dropping, palms sweating, my heart racing faster than the chart itself. I wasn't losing money. I was losing control. I told myself it was just the market's fault, but deep down I knew it wasn't the strategy. It wasn't the setup. It was me. And if you've ever felt that same pain, watching your profits vanish because of one emotional click, then you already know what I'm talking about. This is the dark side of trading. You see, when most traders start, they're chasing numbers, profit targets, risk ratios, indicators. But what nobody tells you is that trading isn't a game of numbers. It's a game of nerves. Every candle you watch is a mirror reflecting your emotions, your fear, your greed, your need to prove yourself right. I've seen smart traders, educated ones, lose everything. Not because they didn't know how to trade, but because they didn't know how to handle themselves. They thought they were battling the market. But the truth? They were battling their own mind. I remember one specific trade. I was up 30%. My plan said, take the profit. But my ego said, you can double it. 10 minutes later, that same trade wiped out my entire week. I sat there, frozen, watching the chart like it owed me something. I tried to revenge trade to get it back, and ended up losing double. That was the day I realized I wasn't a trader. I was a gambler with a chart in front of me. My emotions were running the show, and I didn't even know it. When you trade, your brain activates the same chemical reactions as a casino player hitting the slot machine. Dopamine spikes when you win and crashes when you lose. Your brain starts craving that rush again and again. It stops being about analysis and starts being about feeling. You want to win not because the setup is right, but because your ego needs to feel smart again. That's the trap. You're not trading the market anymore. You're trading your self-worth. That's why you click buy too early. That's why you hold losers too long. That's why you blow up accounts, not once, but over and over. The moment you realize your biggest enemy isn't the market, it's you, everything changes. I used to think discipline was about sticking to the plan, but real discipline is about controlling your emotions when everything falls apart. It's about staying calm when your screen is bleeding red. It's about accepting losses without needing to get them back. Most traders never get there because it's not easy to look in the mirror and admit, I'm the reason I keep failing. It took me years to rebuild my mindset. I stopped focusing on making money and started focusing on becoming stable. I built rules, not for trading, but for myself. Never trade after an emotional day. Never chase a loss. Always stop when I feel angry. Slowly, I stopped reacting to the market. I started observing it. And that's when everything changed. Because when you stop chasing, you start seeing clearly. Trading becomes less about excitement and more about mastery. The market doesn't care how smart you are. It doesn't care how many YouTube videos you've watched or how motivated you feel. It only rewards those who can control what happens inside. Every successful trader I know, they all lost big at some point. The difference is they didn't quit. They learned. They accepted the pain as part of the process. You can't control the market, but you can control your mind. And when you do that, profits become a byproduct of your discipline. The dark side of trading isn't out there. It's in here, inside your mind, whispering that you can skip the plan, that you can take one more trade, that this time will be different. Don't listen to that voice. Master it. Because when you master yourself, you've already beaten 99% of traders out there. Welcome to the other side, the side where your mind works for you, not against you.